Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hard Yard. So, for all those who doesn't know what Hard Yard is, the Hard Yard is where I'll be sharing my perspective, my thoughts, my insights and experiences. Right? So, let's jump into the episode now. So, today the topic will be before I explain the topic, I just want to make sure most of my episodes on the podcast are narrations in the sense readouts. But the thing is, these are all the readouts. But why? Because I like writing more than speaking. So I generally write stuff. So for the company, the organization I work with, as well as for my blog and for my uh, personal blog. So I write stuff, and then what I felt like in the beginning was like people read, but nowadays people are consuming audios mostly, and I thought, okay, I can bring them audios as well. I mean, if you're into listening, I have the time to make it into an audio format, right, online. So that's why I'm doing it. So I write stuff and then I narrate them on the podcast. All right. So today I would like to talk about the internet, like the consumer internet, right? And I have written a story for my Medium a couple of days ago, and I really wanted that to be narrated on the podcast. And it's called, like Zoom schooling, virtual events, virtual games, online stores, digital payments, voice interactions, social selling, like all these. I mean, how does internet has ever been more relevant to us? Like, right? So that'll be the topic. So to start, if you remember, there was a famous debate that happened in 1995 where, where someone, I still remember the name, I think Scott or Clifford, Mr. Clifford. So, I watched one of his TED Talks. I mean, he's definitely good, but again, there was a famous uh, famous news article where he said that internet will be a fad, internet won't be relevant, and people won't find value on it in 1995. And from that to today, the evolution of the World Wide Web, the consumer internet, has been phenomenal, right? If one wants to be relevant in today's world, access to the internet is one of the best options available, right? I mean, it's the obvious choice for anyone who wants to be relevant. And I do still remember the days when I used to pay 15 rupees. That's 20 cents for an hour to be on the internet. Like, I used to play video games, or I used to be on social media for some time. It was during, while I was studying my graduation in India. So, and now it's more cheaper now in India. I mean, India is the country with the most economical mobile data rate. Like the cheapest mobile data rate. That's 9 cents for 1 GB. And I find it really awesome because whatever I did on the internet back in the day makes me feel like the younger generation has one of the biggest opportunity for a cheap rate. I mean, for almost at no cost. So I find that really awesome. Even the pandemic made us rely on what actually is working and what's doable in today's world. And the bright side of the people always talk about the bright side of the pandemic, right? And I see, the brighter side of the pandemic is that we all got accustomed to the new normal now. The new normal where the kids are attending their schools online, the employees are attending their work at home, businesses are accelerating their e-commerce services. They're getting, even the small businesses are coming onto the internet now, and I did see doctors um communicating and interacting with their patients on WhatsApp, and their consultations are happening on WhatsApp. That's on the internet again. So the level of comfort today's consumer internet, these are all happening where people can stay home, sit home, and do their usual routine, right? Perform their routine. So that's the brightest side of the pandemic I see. We got more jobs now, I think, and the level of comfort today's consumer internet is bringing to humans around the world is definitely unprecedented. And I think it is safe to say that there is not a single alternate resource that has the potential to match today's consumer internet, apart from our basic needs like the food, water, shelter, and hygiene and all. Apart from them, uh, I believe internet is a part of our basic needs today, because we do want to stay connected with our families, and we want to amass knowledge, and we want to gain exposure to things around us. So we have to be relevant in our jobs, and we all want to amplify our livelihood. So to do all that, having internet access is a basic necessity today. It might seem audacious. It might, you can listen it and feel like it's I don't think it really matters, but honestly, in real world, uh, that's what I see happening. Over 59% of the global population is using the internet daily, and it can only increase in the coming years. And let's think of simple math here. There is no other resource that gives you access to 4.5 billion other people on the planet, right? If you understand that we all need people to help us in our everyday lives. So the thought that there is so much noise or mess online is no longer will be relevant, because on the contrary, the good news, there is so much good that's available on the internet. So looking at the bright side of it, I think will help you, because uh, there's no other resource where you can potentially make a deal with another person, and you have a choice of 4.5 billion people. So that's a big resource. I mean, I don't think there is an alternative. You'll have to uh, be good, do good on the internet, and find good. If I can be more specific, for our children to attend their schooling now, for during this pandemic, and the students to study and prepare for their exams, and for a housewife, for anyone to talk to their family or friends, and for an employee to stay the course. Especially in India now, the mobile data rate is very, very cheap, so they better call their friends and family over internet rather than their actual mobile network. And for an employee to stay the course, stay updated about what's happening with their organization, and for a business to promote their products, and for all the governments to enlighten their people, we need access to internet, right? And that to me is really, really fascinating. I mean, when did we last had a tool that has done this all? Apart from the truth that the internet is pleasing everyone across the globe, yes, the concerning factor is the accessibility we all have to the negative side of it, right? So the accessibility at our fingertips to the negative side of the internet, that's the only concerning factor. Like, along with all these good resources that can help one stay informed and stay get better, make a connection, promote their business, and amplify their livelihood. There is also a lot of misinformation potential threats, of course, and wrong guidance out there. Everyone's preaching today, and then uh, you know someone's 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 suggestion might not be a good suggestion for you. There is no context. There is no complete context. So there is some wrong guidance out there too, but we really have to understand that our next generation will face this problem, will face the repercussions due to the miscommunication that can happen at scale on this phenomenal platform. Like I see that happening with my generation, with myself. So I think the kids will face it too, and there will be miscommunication, and there will be misguidance. There'll be a suggestion you might end up taking, which might not be right for you, but it'll be okay. I mean, the kids are going to face these repercussions. So we must make what I think of is like we must make all the good in the world shine bright on this platform called internet, and help others focus on the good and do well with their lives. Because what we do on the internet today can potentially make a difference to the next generation. It might seem audacious, it might seem delusional, but I see that happening. I can see that, I can sense that happening, and that's all I wanted to talk about today. All right, hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you liked it. Follow the page on the podcast, follow the podcast on Instagram. You might see me speak a bit, what do you call, clumsy today, but again it's 5 a.m. I didn't sleep yet, but I hope that I did well. I hope that you had fun. So have fun, enjoy, have a great day.